Hi guys, my name is Kristen Farrell and I'm going to be talking to you today about an eco burial. If I was with you guys in person right now, I would want to go around the room and ask you guys what you want for your burial. Personally, for me, I always thought as a little kid cremation is something that I want. But after doing research, I've decided that an eco burial is what I want to do, and I think you guys will definitely enjoy the topic, and it might be something that you guys choose to do as your burial. So the first question I'm going to ask is, what is a green burial? A green burial is simple and natural. A green burial is also referred to as a natural burial, and it ensures the burial site remains as natural as possible. The interment of the bodies is done in a biodegradable casket, shroud, or a favorite blanket. And the best part is that there's no embalming fluids and no concrete vaults. The next question I'm going to ask is, why have a green burial? It's clear that nature has intended that our bodies be reunited with the earth. All organisms that have lived, die, and return to the soil, only recycling into new life. Constant microbial activity in the soil breaks everything down. Nature creates no waste and everything is recycled. So planting native trees, shrubs, flowers in your loved one's honor promotes habitat restoration. To encourage land preservation, a green cemetery grants a conservation easement for the burial site. The next topic I'm going to touch base with is burial versus a cremation. A green burial is a cremation alternative, an alternative to traditional burial practices in the United States. It's an earth-friendly option when considering burial versus a cremation. Many families choose cremation because it's seen more as environmentally friendly than traditional burial. Embalming, expensive steel caskets, and burial vaults are not required by the law. However, though traditional memorial parks may require them, a green cemetery does not. The simplicity of a green burial is in tune with nature and need not be expensive. So now we can consider and encourage a natural burial, helping to preserve open spaces throughout the United States. And also, choosing a green burial relieves some of the stress that comes when a person dies. Just some fun facts for you guys is that the rate will rise from 27 currently to 35% by 2010 and over 42% by 2025. Also, this must not take into account the growing number of people interested in green burials. The United Kingdom opened up their first green cemetery in 1993, and there's over 200 that exist today. The next thing is what green burials do. There's an organization out there called the Green Burial Council, and they've adopted an approach for making available more ecologically responsible death care. They have 4 things that they commit to their customers. The first is that they rely on certifiable standards for our approved providers. Second, they inform the public about the need for eco burials. Third is that they ensure and work with funeral directors, cemeterians, and product manufacturers. And the fourth thing is that they provide new ways of bringing together conservation entities with representatives. The next question is, what does it mean if a cemetery is Green Burial Council certified? GBC, which is Green Burial Council, certification allows consumers to be able to distinguish between the 3 levels of green burial ground and understand that each has a different set of standards. It requires cemetery operators to commit to a certain degree of transparency, accountability, and third-party oversight. Some of you may ask, well, what's wrong with the traditional burial process, or what's wrong with embalming? GBC doesn't believe that anything is wrong. They just want to ensure that services and products are available to people who wish to minimize the environmental impact of their last act. Embalming fluid is usually comprised of chemicals, which has been proven to pose health risk in funeral homes. And actually, there was a study done by the National Cancer Institute released in late 2009, and it revealed that funeral directors have a much higher incidence of getting leukemia. Fortunately, there are now several free embalming fluids, including one made entirely of non-toxic and biodegradable essential oils, which earned the GPC seal of approval. Next is, since burial vaults are made from concrete, shouldn't concrete be considered green? While the concrete and metal in vaults may be considered natural to some, the manufacturing and transporting of vaults use a tremendous amount of energy and causes enormous carbon emission. So in the United States, vault manufacturing requires the production of 1.6 tons of reinforced concrete. So next is, how do I know that a particular product is suitable for a green burial? The Green Burial Council believes that a casket, an urn, or a shroud is suitable for a green burial if it's made from materials or substances that are non-toxic and readily biodegradable. We also require that these products not be made from materials that are harvested in a manner that unnecessarily destroys habitat, as is with the case of certain types of seagrass. Some of you may also wonder, well, doesn't cremation create a lot of pollution? And cremation does use far fewer resources than almost any other disposition option, but it does have an impact on the environment. Because cremation burns fossil fuels, and some older cremation facilities can use more energy compared to new ones. Mercury is also emitted when a person with dental fillings is cremated, but devices that can fully mitigate mercury population should come on the market in the near future. So as you can see, that cremation does create pollution, and some of the products out there are questionable. So the next question is, what is a home funeral and how does it differ from a home burial? Well, a home burial is an alternative to disposition in a cemetery. It's allowed by almost all counties, but must require a minimum number of acres and often the filling of a map with the planning department. Another common question asked is, what if there are no GBC certified providers in my area? If there are no GBC certified providers in your area, we suggest that using a green burial guide, and actually I have the green burial guide printed out. I wrote on it a little bit, but it's just a little document that asks you certain questions like how you want the body to be prepared, what kind of container, what kind of service, like a private versus public viewing or open versus closed. If you want to be cremated, the place of the service, the disposition, etc. It's kind of a cool document to look at. If you guys are interested, just go to Green Burial Council Planning Guide. Also, I just have some fun facts for you guys. I just thought they were a little shocking. So every year, 22,500 cemeteries in the United States bury 827,000 gallons of embalming fluid, 90,272 tons of steel, 1,636,000 tons of concrete and vaults, and more than 30 million board feet of hardwoods. So as you can see, that's not very environmentally friendly. The benefits of a green burial come not only from the elimination of embalming fluids, metal, tropical wood, and concrete, but also from the development of green cemeteries. The United States now has about a dozen green cemeteries, while Great Britain has about 200. Green cemeteries offer low-impact burials, and some also conserve and restore land. Fresh graves appear mounded but flatten with time, and flat stones or native trees are often used as grave markers, and some natural cemeteries even offer plots marked with a GPS, which I thought was pretty cool. The last thing I want to end with is that while more than 70% of Americans polled by the AARP prefer green burials, the services and practices are relatively new, and many funeral directors have yet to catch up. So I think it's definitely one of our duties to be educated on this and educate others on it. I think that it's an awesome idea. It's cheaper, and I really don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, how could you not choose an eco burial over a normal burial? But I hope you guys enjoyed my presentation, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Bye!